So, the Fred Whitton ballot places will have been released by the time this gets out. Have you got a place? Have you not? Did you enter? I believe my understanding is that they've had the highest number of entries this year to it. Luckily, I've got my place locked and loaded, so training's already begun for me. Let me know down below if you've got a place. So I'm just out on a ride with the main man, Ake, Bird on a bike. He's on his titanium rig. Hopefully Ake's got a place as well.
What's that?
On the Fred.
Make it a hat trick. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And then the struggle.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to share that with you later in the video, but yeah. So me, Aki, Scott and Mike are all doing the struggle 10, which is 250k, 155 miles around the Yorkshire Dales with, I think there's 10 brutal climbs, and that's 2 weeks after the Fred.
And then Randy Van Calderdale.
Yeah, I'm washing my hair that day. Maybe might do it, I don't know. We'll see. See what's going on at home with the family. Anyway, so I've recently got a new coach, and a few of us actually have jumped on with him. Aki's jumped on with him, Scott and Mike have as well, and I've been doing that for the last 6 weeks, doing some tests. When I get to the cafe stop, I'm going to share with you my numbers. So I'm going to get my breath back, get to this cafe, and yeah, Fred Whitton training has begun, and it's currently 12 days before Christmas. So hopefully I've got this out before Christmas, so Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, and Happy New Year. Well, as you can see, sun's come up now, so yeah, well, it's coming up just over there in the distance. We've done 28 mile in an hour and a half. So yeah, good pace. It's not started raining, which is good. We just had to stop for the second time for the piss. Yeah, I want to share my numbers with you. Yeah, they're good.
Come on, Russ!
Not from this ride, from the testing with Jodie Warrington. But I'll tell you more about that when we get to the cafe. But yeah, they are good. Let's just say I'm worlds away from when I did my first training for the Fred vlog 2 years ago. Nearly 2 years. Yeah. When I was like, for those of you who are newer, I was like 120 odd kilo, whereas today I'm like 92 and a bit. And I've still pretty much managed to keep hold of most of my power. But I'll tell you more about that at the cafe. I need to get going because Aki's shifting. I swear he's not staying in zone 2, what we're supposed to be doing today. But it's all good. Miles in the legs. So we just got to the cafe stop. We just stopped here at the coffee club at Tadcaster. Really good coffee shop that. We was looking for somewhere and he seen us just down the road over there, just over the other side of the bridge, and he said he was open. Anyway, back to Fred Whitton training. So yeah, for the last 2 that I've done, I've trained with Mark from Revolution Cycle Coaching, and then I knocked it on the head because my mum's ill. And then, yeah, I've been following Jodie Warrington on Instagram, and he mentioned he was doing this dynamic cycling coaching plan. You might have heard Scott talk about this. Yeah, so I've jumped on that, and there's a lot to break down here, a real lot to break down, but I'm really enjoying it because you do a lot of benchmarking tests. So we've had to do an LT1 test, which I'll go further into. We've had to do a critical power and a W prime test, and we've also had to do a
STD test.
Maximal aerobic power test, yeah. And apparently we've had to do an STD test as well, according to Ake.
I'm clear.
I'm not. Well, I am as well. I'm married as well, by the way, now. And I didn't share anything that way. I got married 3 weeks ago. Anyway, yeah.
Married to the bike.
I'm cycling. But yeah, there's a lot to break down in these numbers, but I haven't got time right now. What I want to do is I want to get back on the road, and at the end of this video I want to delve into the actual numbers because they are interesting. So yeah, need to get going because rain is due and we want to try and get back to Huddersfield before it starts. We've got 35 miles to get boxed off now, and yeah, get ourselves back to Huddersfield to the car. So let's get shifting. Well, as you can see, I'm back at the car. Never recorded again when we left Tadcaster because honestly that was tough ride. I've had the mindset of riding today and sticking to the prescribed wattage. So he wanted me to average 230 watts and I've actually done 211, sorry, between I think it's 190 and 220 he wanted me to do, and I have done it. But riding into those headwinds, that was a tough ride back. Honest to God, it was grim. But I'm back at the car. I've done what I needed to do. And as I was saying to you, yeah, so I'm training with Jody Warrington now. And he's doing this dynamic cycling program. And just for reference, he's actually taking on another group, which starts again on the 5th of January. So if you've got any big rides coming up next year, for 20 quid a month, honestly, you can't go wrong. So this is my dashboard. Now, when you've done the 3 tests that I mentioned before, which is your LT1 test, I'll talk about these in more detail further on. I don't want the video to drag on. So LT1 test, a MAP test, which is your maximal aerobic power test, and then a critical power and W prime. So my numbers are, at the minute, my baseline numbers are, my LT1 power, lactate threshold 1, is 220 watts. My maximal aerobic power is 465 watts, which I knew I'd get a high number on that. My FTP's actually come out at 307 watts, which is lower than I thought, but he does it a different way rather than the 95%, because listening to what he's got to say in the video calls, 95% of your 20-minute power isn't a true reflection of the type of rider what you are. Some people might be able to do it, some people might not. Some people might be able to do like very close to it, like 97-98%. So I'm at 307 watts, which is 66% of my maximal aerobic power. And these are my baseline numbers at the minute that I'm starting off with. In, I think it's 8 weeks, 12 weeks, we'll be redoing the tests again. So hopefully I see some good improvements there, because after I've put all this in, you actually get your rider type, and this actually explains the type of rider what I am. So I've come out as a sprinter / anaerobic specialist. So basically I can go deep into the pain for a short period of time. But yeah, my endurance stuff is practically crap. Now, I don't know if that's because I've been getting a lot of the longer rides in which I should have been doing, which is hard for me to do, or whether I've been overtraining in the wrong power zones, because I've actually had myself at like 340 watts. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the program. I'm going to see what happens and start doing more longer endurance type stuff. And then as well as my sessions, which Jody sets us to do each week. So you get 2 key sessions which you have to do each week, and then you get some like filler sessions, basically to build your endurance. Oh, and then as well as that, my W prime. Now, I might be wrong in this description of it, but your W prime is a little bit like the KERS system on an F1 car. So it's how deep you can go into the pain cave. And apparently 21 kilojoules, which mine is a good number, which would actually explain why me and Scott, when we did the hill climb, I was 0.9 of a second behind him, because I could push myself deep into that pain cave and I was literally fully gassed at the top. Like, I couldn't have done another pedal stroke. Whereas, as Scott said in his own words, he could I've done it again and again and again. So yeah, anyway, this is where I'm at. This is my starting point. I'm currently at 93 kilos and I've got a goal of getting down to 85. Like I've already said, it is Christmas time at the minute, so I've no doubt that I'm going to put a little bit of weight on over Christmas. But one thing's for sure, weight-wise, I'm in a way better position than I was this time last year or this time 2 years ago when I first started out training for the Fred. So now I don't really have to consider my weight loss too much. I can like literally throw myself into the sessions without. When I was losing weight, having that balance between weight loss and getting the sessions in was a real hard. It was like walking a tightrope. It was keeping that balance was really hard. Whereas this time it's like I don't really need to worry about the weight too much. As long as I can lose a little bit each week and get between 85 and 90 kilos is my goal for the Fred. I'm not sure. We'll address it in January. At the minute, it's Christmas time and I do want to enjoy myself, like fully enjoy myself. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. I do need to get home now because the family's waiting for me. But if you want to come along on this journey with me, please do consider pressing that subscribe button. I will be putting on some group rides, so if you're local to me or Huddersfield or wherever, because I'm going to be travelling about doing different climbs and blah blah blah. Like I said, we're going to go way more into this in the future. Yeah, hopefully it's something you can come join me on. But anyway, please, for now, do consider pressing the subscribe button. It genuinely does help. And until then, ride safe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.